Normally we'd be showing you video of a coach inside a locker room getting his team fired up for a big game, but instead it is rain and lightning, lots of games postponed till tomorrow. Our sports team braving the storms tonight. Say hello to Keenan Singleton and Mike Dyer joining us from his car. We will talk to both of them in a few minutes to break down what happened tonight and what didn't happen tonight and how it impacts tomorrow. Now, a couple games still did take place, one of them being LaSalle and Stebbins. Stebbins made the trip down from the Dayton area. That road trip, obviously a huge reason to try to play this game tonight, so they didn't have to travel again in the morning or stay in a hotel. It didn't start till around 9:15, but it's 2020, so what do? You roll with the punches. It wasn't long after 9:15. LaSalle already had a huge lead. Jabron Payne caps off the 80-yard drive to open the game. Jabron Payne. No problem for the defending state champs tonight. Zach Branham to Devontae Smith for a score, and the route is on. LaSalle sends Stebbins back to Dayton with a 49-0 loss. So they will move on to play either Anderson or Piqua. Anderson making the long bus ride up there past Dayton, and this was huge. Jackson Kuhn to Joey Faulkner for a touchdown, and with just 7 seconds left in the first half, that puts Anderson up by 2 scores. Anderson goes on to win that game. This final just came across a few minutes ago, 29-22. All right, some playoff action in Indiana tonight as well. Lawrenceburg and Brownstown Central, same deal. Didn't get going until after 9. Took a while for the game to start. Took a while for Garrett Yoon to find his receiver here, but he hits Dyer Patel for a 66-yard Lawrenceburg touchdown down the sideline. Big thanks to our good friend Adam for getting those highlights for us. It is tied in that game right now, 13-13 at halftime. Now, again, the majority of the games tonight were pushed back to tomorrow morning. One of the big ones, Elder at St. X. Keenan Singleton is at the stadium where it's been empty now for a few hours at this point. Keenan, tell me what you saw there tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Caleb. It was a good night if you were Ben Franklin, not so much for Ben Hambleton, Elder starting quarterback, because all the electricity reserved for outside of the stadium here tonight at Balaban Field at St. X for this playoff game between St. X and Elder. The lightning outside the field causing a postponement of tonight's Friday playoff game between these two GCL South heavyweights, forcing this game now to be played at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Now, both coaches were on the same page and in agreement that was the right call at the right time.
Just, they've all gone through it. They played JV games and at 10 o'clock, and, they grew up playing that way, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be a big deal. I think they'll be excited.
It's in the best interest of everybody right now that we're doing what we're doing, and we're going to send the kids home, let them get a good night's rest and get up and come and play a full game. As frustrating as it is, it's really, in my opinion, it's the best thing to do right now.
Now, Coach Specht, who's in development and handles a lot of these major gifts here at St. X, jokingly said after we talked to him tonight that maybe it's time to hit up some of those boosters about getting a bubble built so no more games will be postponed here at St. X. Reporting at Balaban Field, Keenan Singleton, WCPO 9 Sports.
All right, thank you, Keenan. Go home and get some rest, man. Here's what it looked like when Colerain and Lakota West decided to postpone till tomorrow. The teams were there, ready to rock. You see Colerain shoulder pads on and everything, leaving the field, heading home. It'll be an early start for them tomorrow, too.
We're not a group that cancels on based upon a forecast, and this one ended up setting up just like they thought it would. And that's kind of led into our decision of not waiting. It just, everything seemed to fall into place. So we're just going to do everything instead of 7 p.m., 10 a.m.
All right, now it wasn't just the players and coaches out there waiting to see if that game would happen tonight. Our high school sports expert, Mike Dyer, was right there along with him, and he joins us now from his car trying to stay dry out there. Mike, a lot of these games are being pushed back until 10 in the morning, which is a really early start, especially when you consider the preparation and what leads up to a football game. Does that change maybe the dynamic of these games at all?
It's funny that you asked that, Caleb, because I asked the same question to Colerain coach Sean Cutright. I said, does this really change anything with your game plan, X's and O's, offense, defense, the way your coaching staff presents things to your players? And he said, no, really, the only thing that might be a challenge is we usually feed the players 4 hours prior to kickoff. So obviously this will be a very, very early breakfast. And he said we probably won't do an early breakfast like that. But, it's a challenge, certainly, getting their bodies ready, getting their minds ready, be sharp, to be focused.
All right, Mike, enough about the game. You're in your car. I see the lightning kind of behind you there. Glad to know you're being safe out there. How are you holding up? I know it's been a long night.
You know what, Caleb? I got here about 6:40 because I waited to the exact last minute checking Twitter, and I'm doing fine. Obviously, this is playoff football. It's 2020. We all know that. This is weather likened to more like week 2 or week 1 for Ohio high school football. But as we all know, we have to roll with the punches this year, especially.
Yes, we most certainly do. It's always good to hear from Mike Dyer. Mike, you get home and get some rest too. So both of those games in Division I, Region 4, which you see here, will be in the morning at 10 a.m. That is the regional semifinals, both really good football games. We'll have coverage of both of those tomorrow night